Alright, so Alex Belfield, the man with the face that stunk 1,000 shits, has finally been sentenced after being convicted for stalking innocent people, because he's a right proper weirdo, innit, bruv? Now, first of all, I have to send out my absolute joyful congratulations to everybody that's been terrorised and harassed by this guy who looks like Slender Man in a jock wig, especially but not limited to those who actually were brave enough to go into the courtroom and face up to Ginger Robert De Niro from Cape Fear on meth and actually give their testimonies in front of a court of their peers. Now, in case you haven't already heard, man like Alex the Bellend Belfield was sentenced by a UK judge to 5.5 years, in which he must serve a minimum of 50% of that in a UK prison. Now, I'm not saying I found that funny, but when my mate told me at lunchtime to go and quickly Google Alex Belfield, I saw the news and I was cracking up more than Alex Belfield's butt cheeks are about to be when he keeps purposely dropping the soap in the shower, bruv. I mean, I'm not being funny here, but have you ever seen a man who looks more poorly equipped for life in a UK prison?
Oh, you better not be looking at my border notes, because I'll write about you on my tippy tappy. Silly ginger.
Anyway, I'm sure some of my regular viewers will know that I've had a couple of run-ins with Mr. Bellenfield in the past, and in fact, some of the stuff he did to me very closely resembles the stuff that he was sent to prison for. So what I thought I'd do today is actually talk about it, now that the dirty ginger stalker isn't here to keep reporting my videos and trying to get my channel shut down, falsely using defamation of character as a reason to report my videos, seeing as now he's been convicted and sentenced by a court of law for the very same behaviour, the silly bastard. Check it out. So what I thought we'd do today is go through some of the tweets I put out about this very same topic, because it'll be a bit quicker than me waffling on and dragging up all these screenshots and bullshit like that. Those videos are already on my channel. Anyway,
some lovely kind-hearted people have had their lives ruined by the monstrous Alex Belfield. Today, some semblance of justice was served when he was sentenced to 5 years in prison. I've had some interactions with him which went as follows. I made a video criticising some of the dog whistle race-baiting comments Belfield had made in a video. He didn't like this too much. He then embarked on a campaign of Twitter trolling and harassment against me. Odd behaviour from a man claiming to stand for free speech. Over the next few weeks and months, Belfield began periodically threatening me with frivolous legal action, intimating that I would be ruined financially and lose my only source of income at that time. He wasn't done yet. Belfield then sent me several DMs which included personal info about my identity, info I hadn't published anywhere online, clearly attempting to scare me or blackmail me into stopping talking about him. As someone who was raised in some of the roughest parts of London during the 90s and noughties, an effeminate drunk scarecrow crossed with Punch and Judy looking homunculus was never going to intimidate me. I continued making videos exposing his grifting and race baiting. Eventually, all contact with him ceased after I began to utilize some of my computer engineer contacts who managed to track his IP address and link it to a certain shitty troll account, which then mysteriously vanished from Twitter. Nothing to do with me, by the way. I did report him to officials after he began attempting to dox me, just for the safety of my family, but was never called to give evidence, and my case wasn't taken further, unfortunately. But massive respect to the brave people who did. Then today, a friend messages me to tell me to Google Alex Belfield, and I am not lying. I laugh like a hyena on meth. Bruv, this pale ginger ghost of a man has been sentenced to 5.5 years in prison for stalking. What a result! Huge respect to the brave people who went through years of investigation to testifying in a court of law. You guys are amazing. Also, I hope everyone affected by this awful man can find some form of closure and move on with their lives. Sleep good, people. Belfield won't.
so as you can see there, if you know about any of the charges against Alex Belfield, you'll see that the tactics he used with me are the exact same ones he used on other people to ruin their lives and make them fear for their own and their family's safety. Which is why, when I saw that this man had received a sentence of 5.5 years, mate, I was so gassed my already considerable energy bill went up by 3 grand, fam. But anyway, I know I haven't uploaded for a long time, but I thought this was a good reason to come back. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Smash the like button like Alex's butthole's about to be. And